to another edition of your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show.
Question is, did she subscribe?
Right.
She's down on YouTube.
Representing from the Boondocks. What up, Jobo?
Hello, what's up? Happy Wednesday.
What up? She repping her Hey Sister Soldier look right now. Everybody give it up for Bunny. What's happening, Bunny?
What up? Happy hump day.
T-Bone, what's going on, brother?
I'm back, and I don't know about better than ever, but I'm back.
What is going on, party people? It is your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. I am your boy Smooth. I think that may be on a highlight reel tape. And be glad that you are tuning in live along with the millions and millions of the platform sports talk show fans on once again your Wednesday night Sports Delight.
Really?
Or really?
Brinks truck backing up in his driveway with 97 million. There you go.
All you hear is this.
It's always somebody who's doing something to give back and letting the next generation.
Say straight.
Have me tear up on here.
Come on now, don't have me tear up. You know I get emotional.
But people watching around the world, no pressure. And we already have our favorite fan, Ms. Williams, saying, welcome, Brandon.
Well, how are you? Hi, Ms. Williams.
A guy who tried to give it his all and put on for the city, to be truthful. Because like I said, I'm St. Louis die hard.
The views of Smooth does not reflect the platform sports talk show or its sponsors.
What is happening? It is your Wednesday night sports delight, the platform sports talk show. I am your boy Smooth, and yes, you see it on the screen. 3 more days, it should be a national holiday. I'm just saying. I know Miss Dub, you watching right now. You are my birthday twin. This Friday, the 17th, we celebrating. We doing the big. And I have a whole lot to celebrate for. I cannot wait. But welcome to your Wednesday night sports, the platform sports talk show. 6 years and going, y'all. Nothing but the hits, nothing but the mother-loving hits. We have a great show in store for each and every one of y'all. And of course, Miss Dub, yes, she agrees. November 17th should be a national holiday. Put some respect to them Scorpios, especially the all Scorpios, but definitely, the mid-November season, people, we just got like that. But speaking of getting like that, I have an awesome crew tonight. Oh, first, she holds things down from the Boondocks. Jobo, what's happening?
What is up? Happy Wednesday. Got my brewskis ready. Made Brennan go to the station down the road to get me some more brewskis. We're halfway there, guys. Might be going a little slower for you because you're all excited for this weekend, but we're halfway there.
Yeah, halfway there. Yeah, I'm off on Friday and I'm off on Monday because I need time to, recover.
You're gonna be getting crazy,
man. It's gonna be on and popping. We're gonna be celebrating like crazy. I look forward to it. I mean, everyone who knows me know that this year has been it's been something else. And take this time to celebrate to the fullest with family and friends and just can't wait to just have a good time. So look forward to it. And outside of this being hump day, speaking of which, this is for Bunny. Hump day, yeah. There we go. Got to make sure I hold her down. So, Bunny, Joe, how else? What's going on with your world? How's your week been besides, of course, your normal 9 to 5 and everything?
Yeah, let's not talk about that. I'm fine, I guess. Been watching sports that's not baseball more lately here. Like I told you on the pre-shows and all that, been watching some more football with the husband. The Blues have been fun to watch this past 2-week stretch, so we'll get into that later. And then just hanging out with Mia, baby Mia. She'll be 3 next month, so get a little stressed out with the holidays and her 3rd birthday coming up.
And I see she out here doing Steph Curry type stuff. You know what I'm saying, with the laundry bag.
That was so funny. I was like, let's watch a movie, and she wanted to watch the newest Space Jam. Was it Space Jam Legacy with LeBron? And we watched it, and then she was like, "Oh, I want to play basketball." And so I'm like, okay. So we found whatever basketballs we had in the house. Brenda put some air in them. We were all just shooting hoops in the bed, in the laundry basket in the living room. So we've been doing that every day since.
Y'all hear that, right? LeBron James is spearheading the next generation. LeBron James.
For her, it might have been someone like Bugs Bunny and seeing Batman on the screen because the DC universe. Yeah. But no, she's been liking it. She's been hitting buckets too. So I want her to play every single sport she's interested in. So if she wants to play basketball, then I am 100% okay with that.
Right, no limitations. And this man here, gotta give kudos, man. He's officially part of the Smoooth Productions family, man, and he held things down with me and my boy DJ Steve Jenks. He is the real estate DJ. He's an investor. He's doing big things, man. This is my guy since day one. When we first did this show, did y'all know that before it was the Platform Sports Talk Show? Well, it was all the Platform Sports Talk Show, but it had an extra title. It was the Platform Sports Talk Show with Smooth and Sadal. And my boy's back. He's ready. Sadal, the selector, what's happening?
November 11th is a national holiday.
I wonder why.
Yes. And for me, I get to celebrate twice on November 11th. I'm a veteran, so I celebrate Veterans Day. I get a free meal, and also it is my birthday. So so I get a free meal and a day off on my birthday every year.
Hey, we salute you and we thank you, man, for everything you done for this country. So where did you go to get that free meal?
I didn't go anywhere, actually. I went straight to my couch.
So you just talking up a free meal and you didn't even get a free meal?
All that stuff up and didn't even use it.
Hey, listen. All I wanted to do was get some emos. I wanted to get some emos, sit on the couch, watch football, and go to sleep, man. And that's what I did. That's what I did.
Yeah, I seen thank you for your service, first of all. But yeah, I seen a couple of people that I'm friends with. Their husbands were in the military and they were taking advantage of, like a free Starbucks coffee and whatnot, just using it as their husband's name. But y'all deserve it, though. You deserve more than just a free meal on once a year for doing what you do for our country. So thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So just tell everyone, man, because I'm not even sure if you told me, but where were you stationed at while you was serving?
I was actually in the Air National Guard. So that was at Lambert Airport when they had a unit there from 2001 to 2007. Yep. So I did what the commercial said, 1 weekend a month and 2 weeks out of the year, all through college. That's what I did to get the got the GI Bill, got to go to college for free, undergrad. I didn't get deployed anywhere, thank God. Our unit, I worked I was a jet engine mechanic on F-15s. F-15 fighter planes. Oh, look at that.
Oh, who's that?
That is a very tired, very skinny Sadar the Selector, way before Sadar the Selector. And that kid didn't know what was coming up. Yeah, that was taken the last week of basic training, 2002. Yeah, I was actually 18 years old. Yeah. My gosh.
Miss Dub. Wow.
Wow is right.
Man.
You look exactly the same. I'm not even gonna lie. You look exactly the same.
Yeah. So once again, salute to your brother and happy birthday to you, my fellow Scorpio. We out here, man. We doing big things. Miss Dub says working on F-15. So cool.
Oh yeah, it was a cool job. Not many people say they got to sit in the cockpit of a F-15 fighter plane. And I did. I didn't fly anywhere. Heck no. I was just there for work.
Say I'm on here, but you better not move this sucker an inch. I am good on that.
If it moved,
but
man, that'd been the end of me. I jumped out there.
So as I told you during the pre-show, man, welcome to the 40-40 Club. How's it feel so far, man?
And I don't know, man. It feels the same, man. And all this talk about, when you're 40, it's man. From what I've seen and what I've heard, 40 is like when you really, it's like your best years of your life. You're 40 because you really grown in. You got your world is your oyster then. At that point, you've made all your young person mistakes. You're wise enough to know better, and now you know a little something, and you're young enough to actually act on a lot of those different things. So I got some goals in mind, before I hit 50. So yeah, ain't nothing gonna stop over here.
I'm 11 years away.
She just had to just put that in there. You know what I'm saying? So she just had to do that.
That's okay. That's okay. Like the elders used to tell us, keep living.
Right. Keep on living. You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn.
Man, it's already rough out there. I'm scared. I ain't afraid to admit it. It's scary.
Miss Dub says, yes, at 40 men are finally grown. She said, finally grown. Ain't that something?
See, she said men, though. Women are already grown by then.
Right. Let's see here. So, y'all already know the drill. Give us a follow on Facebook, on that X, on, let's see, what else can you do? So, dog, they can go on the Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. If y'all know someone who will be a great guest on the show, have their stories told. Of course, it's got to be about sports, though. At Platform Sports Talk Show at gmail.com. Give us that email. Once again, on Facebook, the Platform Sports Talk Show. On the X at 314 Sports Talk. And so, they go on YouTube, subscribe, and click on that
bell.
Because, Jobo, anytime we go live,
y'all will be notified.
Oh, there we go. She came with that different voice. I kind of see in the airport, in the airplane. This is your captain speaking. And if you can't see us for some reason, you can listen to us in high def quality on Hot 365 Radio, where it's always at the Hot Boys, Cash Money. Oh, my bad. So you can go on hot365radio.com. Now, there's some people, I'm not going to say who, but the person was like, I went on my radio station in my car and I tried to find Hot 365 Radio. And I'm like, no. See, Hot 365 Radio is an internet thing. So you can't go on like 101 ESPN in your car. You got to go on your phones, put in hot365radio.com or get the app on Apple or Android, iOS, whatever. Put in Hot 365 Radio, hit that app, and there you go. Boom. You can hear us, and we sound so amazing. Trust me, I listen to it all the time, and we sound good. Also, Hot 365 hold things down for us on that twitch.tv/Hot 365 Radio. And starting this Sunday, you know what, Joe Bo, I ain't doing it a long time because I do have some breaking news. Hot 365 Radio will be re-airing our previous show every Sunday at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if for some reason you can't hear us right now, you have another opportunity on Sundays at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time to hear us and enjoy what you missed. And you already know every first Wednesday of the month we have Ladies Night, and every last Wednesday of the month we have the Man Cave. And we have something crazy coming in December. If you don't know, you already know.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Don't tell them.
Don't tell them. You got to tune in.
All right.
You got to tune in for it.
Gotta wait for it. But December is going to be
two big guests.
Man, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So this is once again your Wednesday night sports delight. Get them shares going, get them likes going. Let's get more and more people tuned in to an incredible show. This would be the best 2, maybe 3 hours of your week on a Wednesday night, and we are glad to be the ones to provide those great vibes and conversations. And speaking of conversations, y'all know what it is. The first topic of the evening. You now have my attention. What sports story or stories has your attention? Jobo, you up.
All right, I'll save my Brian Cashman for last because might sound like a repeat or a replay from last week because he was also you got my attention, but this just happened recently. I don't know if you guys heard about Adam Johnson. He was a former NHL hockey player. He was playing hockey in England in a different league out there, and it was in October, but a skate blade cut his throat, and he didn't make it. He passed away.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's why you guys noticed Prunovich and I think Brennan Saad, they've been wearing the neck. They're not really braces, but they're more of just neck guards lately, because I know like Prunovich was, I think it was Prunovich, him or neighbors, they're friends, and now they're just trying to, put it out there that it's possible, it can happen, skate blades. But the guy's skate that hit him, he's actually just been charged with manslaughter. So
Wow.
just kind of crazy.
Was it an accident?
I mean, it has to be an accident. I don't know. It's 2023. Everyone has their theories and whatnot, but I feel like hockey's a very fast-paced game. There would be a lot of stuff that go right if it was on purpose, But so yeah, I mean, it's just sad that a guy's gone and now another guy's gonna be locked up because of it. So I don't know. I know this happened in late October, but now that someone's actually being charged with manslaughter and whatnot, just figured it was kind of more of a bigger story. So yeah, that sucks, and it's crazy that stuff like that can happen in any sport. Really, it's just hockey. You got blades and it's like a weapon on ice. But so that's that, and then we have to say rest in peace to the Padres owner, Mr. Seiler. He just passed away with cancer.
65.
Yes, I think so. You gotta give it to him because he actually tried with that team. I know they're having to probably sell off some players to save some money this coming this off season, but he actually went out there and tried to spend money and help his team, because if you look into it, Padres and the Cardinals have the same market, so there's no reason Cardinals couldn't be doing what he did. So yeah, that's that. But other than that, I'll get to Brian Cashman. I talked about him last week, how he's just a clown. Now this week he came up with this pretty much saying Giancarlo Stanton, I can't remember the exact quote, but he said that we could bet on him to be hurt next year because that's just his game. He always seems to be hurt. And kind of throwing him underneath the bus, looks like it's true. He is hurt a lot, but I don't know if you had to throw him underneath the bus like that. And Giancarlo Stanton's agent, who's also Nolan Arenado's agent, he says some things as well, and people are like, okay, are players going to want to sign in New York now because of what he said? I'm sure they will. It's the New York Yankees, and hundreds of millions of dollars is $100 million, but I don't know. I just think Brian Cashman, that's 2 weeks in a row now that he said something that looks bad at him. It looks bad for the organization, especially after a year that they had the worst year in 30 years. And they're going to make a lot of moves in order for them to make the playoffs next year. So I just think he's just Bryce Harper, clown question, bro, from years ago. He keeps throwing himself underneath the bus, and I'm laughing because I can't stay in the Yankees, but in New York they're in shambles.
Man, you know what? I just feel like he's at a time of his life. Definitely, he's over 40, Sadal. But he's at a time of his life that he just don't give a you know what. And he's going to call people out.
He knows they're not going to get. He knows he's not going to get fired. He's been there since the 90s. He's not going to get fired. He can say whatever the hell he wants, and he knows he's in the clear.
Yeah,
like that's sad.
And we're getting to a point in sports, no matter what sport you're in, that people are just going to talk out the side of their necks. It don't matter if you a player, if you a coach, if you a GM, if you an owner. We're at that point where we're just going to speak our minds. I don't know who started it, where it came from, or whatever, but we're getting to that point that these people, no matter who you are, you're just going to say whatever. And I'm not sure if it's one of those, Phil Jackson mind games where you put something out there to see if that player is going to take it hard and do what it takes to not be injury prone. Because, like you said before, it's true. because he's been hurt
I don't
every
think
year.
Stanton can do anything. He's just a enormous freaking human being. If you guys have seen Giancarlo Stanton, you know what I'm talking about. The dude's a monster. It's kind of like you would think the same thing would be happening with Aaron Judge because of his height
Right.
and his, everything about him. But I mean, this happened to Stanton when he was in Miami as well. So it's just something with his lower half. They put him in, as a DH here and there. But I don't know. You trade all these guys. You haven't tried trading him since then. If he's such a big problem, then why haven't you tried getting rid of him? I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't be throwing someone like Stanton underneath the bus. Whenever he is healthy, he's one of your better hitters on the team. When there's a lot more going on in New York than Stanton getting hurt here and there. How about when Anthony Rizzo got concussion and you guys put it underneath the rug for a long time and this dude's over here almost passing out in games? What about when Jason Dominguez had to get Tommy John right away, but you guys didn't? I didn't want to do that yet. He's a young phenom, yada, yada, yada. And now he's going to miss all of 2024. Like, just covering stuff up, but then you're going to throw someone like Stanton underneath the bus for being injury prone. You traded for him when he was injury prone.
I don't think these coaches or players are thinking like Phil Jackson. They're not that shrewd, man. And, people just, especially at a time where social media is at its all-time high, man, you got to watch what you say. Be calculated, man. Matter of fact, go beast mode and just say, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Don't say nothing.
And that's the thing. He did not have to say anything about Stanton. That's what's just so mind-blowing to me. Like, I just can't wrap my head around it, So, like, I can think of maybe 3 position players that are a lock-in on that Yankees team for next year. That is a big issue for that team. Not someone who's been hurt here and there, but when he's healthy, he hits piss rods all over the place. I'm scared for fans in the stands whenever he hits a home run. Like, these things are laser beams when he hits them out. But you're going to talk about him being injury prone.
Yeah. It's all bad in Yankee land, and people outside New York are loving it. They're like, whoa. Wow. Okay. Sadal, man, what has your attention?
Man, all I got to say is the St. Louis Stars. The St. Louis Stars that play in Mizzou. Man, the Mizzou Tigers. And, I've always been a Mizzou Tiger fan, but I'm always a really big fan of athletes that come out of St. Louis. I did not realize this, but basically Mizzou Tigers' big 3 on offense are all from St. Louis. We're talking about Brady Cook. We're talking about Corey. Chaminade. We got Corey Schrader, and then we got Luther Burton.
Yeah,
those 3, man. And if you've seen last Saturday's game, man, against Tennessee, Schrader shredded that offense, man. They all are balling right now, man. And I'm so proud to be St. Louis and to cheer on people from St. Louis doing it big right here, essentially at their home state school at Mizzou. It's just fun to watch, man. It just brings up memories of 2007 Mizzou Tigers, and I'm liking what they're doing now. The 2 losses that they have, man, they could have won. They could have won.
Yeah, and you know what? Now I think about it, Sadal. You and I were together for both losses.
So hanging out when Mizzou plays football.
Yeah, when Mizzou play, we just gotta stay away from each other, man.
Right. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, as you brought up about the recruitment for getting St. Louis players, that's the reward for recruiting in state and getting the best players from your own state to stay in that state and perform. And you see what they're doing. And I mean, they're not just no what you call them, role players. These are impact guys that are making things happen. And look at and we're gonna talk about later on in the show, but look at the national love that Mizzou is getting, and you're gonna find out very soon on.
Yeah, we're gonna see where they're ranked. You're gonna see where they're ranked. And I'm telling you right now, man. When I was watching Tennessee's game, and when Brad Nessler came up, and that Brad Nessler, if you're a fan of college football, Brad Nessler is the voice. He's the voice of college football. And when he said those St. Louis Stars, I'm like, oh man, that's it. That's perfect. I mean, that warmed my heart, man.
Yeah, man. So definitely great times right now at Mizzou. Before I get to what has my attention, I said this show is going to be off the chain. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. We're going to be talking a lot of stuff tonight. And I'm glad to bring back to the main show. Been his first time on the main show in quite some time, Jobo. You may have to reintroduce yourself again, Jobo. But after Sadal and I got this thing going with the Platform Sports Talk Show, this man here came in. He had the box going at the time. He had the haircut. He didn't have on no wave cap back then. He had a picture of this. He had the box going, and he came in doing this thing, and he is the host of the Man Cave. He is here tonight. And Stan, what's going on with your brother?
Oh, hey. Hello. What's going on?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is it Joe? I heard great things.
Or if it's you ask Miss Dubs, my name is Bo.
Because Bo knows. Yes. Man, you remember when I used to do this and I didn't? I do now. Oh, how times have changed. For old school's sake, it's me. It's Stanton, baby. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Smooth, Sadal. This is nostalgic. I'm excited. It's a lot to talk about. It's a few people I'm excited to talk about. So look, don't give me this much time to introduce myself. They already know they can catch me on the Man Cave every last Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Okay, now they got that out the way.
So you know what? Speaking of nostalgia, Sadal, Stan, it's something I want to do. I ain't done in a long time. It's the Platform Sports Talk Show where it's about sports.
It becomes our business.
And business just picked up. Yeah, it did.
Oh,
I almost messed it up too. I almost messed it up. Wait a minute. What I gotta say?
Been a long time. Should have left you. But yeah, man. Glad to have y'all on the show. Stan, there's something that has your attention right now in the world of sports.
This I told you so streak that I've been on ever since a certain somebody went to a certain team on the West Coast, but we'll save that for later. That's what's got my attention. 0-6. Yeah.
Man. All bad. All bad.
Hate to say I told you so. So I will say I informed you thusly. I informed you thusly.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Stay tuned, y'all, because definitely hit that very soon.
I hope you got a certain clip that is associated with what Stanton is.
I hope so.
You have that ready.
Now, you know I won't be a producer if I don't have something like that ready for y'all later on. So just stay tuned. But you know what? Speaking of which, for those watching for the first time, thank you very much. Once again, 6 years strong, and this train is not going to stop. But if there's anyone out there that is not showing love and don't want to follow the Platform Sports Talk Show, this may happen to you.
Here, and then all of a sudden Gobert comes in, and Draymond's like, no.
Yeah, it's chill out. And then Draymond, he headlocked Gobert there. So,
his ass.
Hey, we got this sports game in a chokehold.
Hey, so do. By the way, Sadar, I like that hoodie. I like it a lot.
Oh, you like it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like that hoodie a lot. I need to acquire one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Made me throw up in my mouth a little bit when I first saw it.
Oh, you know. That's why your shirt is outdated.
They've won a championship earlier, most recent, than the Rams.
What do you mean? By 1 year?
It's not like a year?
Just 1 year.
Yeah, by a year. Is that not most recent?
To be
Did I
honest,
not do the math correctly?
No. It was the same year.
It was the same year.
Year.
Later in the year.
It don't matter. We did it first. Ha! You had to catch up. Boom! Drops mic. Which I actually can because this one's mine. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm back.
Don't worry, Joe Bo. You'll have some backup coming around 8 o'clock.
Did you miss
you know though? Hold on. He was probably nervous earlier in Sunday because I thought about to be 4 in a row, but we'll get to that later. I thought it was gonna be 4 in a row, but we'll get to it later.
Oh man.
I was getting a little nervous. I was kind of hoping I was in the main.
If it was 4 in a row, I would have got him.
Oh man! All right, so what has my attention?
Locked and loaded. Be like, oh hey, how you doing? It's
So
been looking pretty bad.
I got a few things that has my attention. I want to first start off with this because the NBA has the in-season tournaments going on. It's like the second, third week of it now, and there's one team in particular that wanted to show a little promo for their team and get everyone excited for their team in the in-season tournament. Check this out.
Hawks fans know where the real action is. Only Hawks fans know what they really want to see. And only Hawks fans know just where to get it. The all-new NBA in-season tournament. Join in and wake up your wild side. Hot 5-on-5 action.
Oh, hell
no! Ladies first. I'm gonna let Joker.
That was wild. I'm just gonna say that right now. That's the first thing I want to say. That was wild. A little steamy up in here. Second, this is a legit question about basketball. I did not know there was. I'm gonna let you keep laughing.
Go ahead, Joe.
I did not know there was in-season tournaments. What the hell is that? What is the point of that?
I am confused.
Oh,
is this a real thing?
It's the first year. This is like the trial, the demo. Hey, Miss Dub, that was strange indeed.
So what's it like?
I have no clue what it's for. I have no clue. All I know is every so often I watch a game. They've got what is it? What you used to do on pictures back in like 2011, where it would invert the. I can't remember what it was called, but it looks like inverted colored courts. And every time I'm just utterly confused.
All right, so
Smoooth,
real quick,
please.
First of all, why?
Oh yeah, no, we're still on that. I'm jumping the gun here.
Nana?
Yeah, that was wild.
That I guess whatever floats your boat.
I'm ashamed to say that I will be a resident of that city in the near future.
Hey, they have us talking about it on the platform Sports Talk Show. They did their job.
So they did their job. They got what they wanted. Oh, we're talking about it.
Let's move on, man. Let's just move on, man.
that really ruffled some feathers.
Keyword ruffled.
Hold on. Before
right.
you go to your next topic, explain this to me. I don't get it.
All right.
What's
So
the point of an in-game?
No, I don't get it either, Joe.
I don't know.
I don't get it either.
all right, Joe. So all 30 teams have been randomly drawn into groups of 5. So you have 5 teams in each little pod, whatever, within their conference based on one loss records from the previous season. So beginning on November 3rd, continuing on until Tuesday, November 28th, each team will play 4 designated group play games on tournament nights, and they are on Tuesdays and on Fridays. 1 game against each opponent in each group, with 2 games at home and 2 on the road. If so, the best 2 teams from each of those groups advance to the next stage. So once again, you play your own group, 5 teams, and the best record out of those groups, they'll advance to the very next round. You keep going until you get to the championship round, which is going to be held in Las Vegas, where you will be given a trophy, you're given incentives, money, the whole 9. This is to try to get teams that may be in markets that may not have an opportunity in the NBA finals to get there, to get that shine during that time, and also to keep the interest of the game of basketball going during months like this. So you don't have players trying to find ways to, oh, you know what, I think I'll go ahead and stop for a day or 2 for a game. No, they want to try to find ways to keep people throughout the whole year, and that's what the tournament is for. And Stan.
So what you're telling me is they're giving the team that they're giving opportunities to the teams that, you know, were ass in the regular season to try to get in the tournament and be good for like 2 or 3 or 4, a few games. Is that what I'm hearing? Because that's what it sounded like to me. It was like
pretty much. The games, all these games count towards their record, right?
Yes.
This
does
is
count
wild.
toward anything? So this is
I don't
like
even know what to say.
This is weird.
I really don't. I was over here. I'm about to turn back hockey on. I had Philly and Boston on, and now I'm just lost all interest on basketball just from that. What in the world? That is. Who was this
know.
a player's decision or a league decision?
Oh, the league. In the league, because you have players in the league saying, I don't have no idea what's going on.
Oh yeah, I have no clue what's going on.
Okay. Y'all lost me on that one. Okay. I don't know. That's a weird one.
Like, all right, yeah. Okay.
So real quick. So after the first round, like I said, in your group, you playing all 4 teams that it's in your group, and the best 2 records advance to the next round, which is the knockout round. So 8 teams will advance to the knockout round. The team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 groups and 2 wild cards, the team from each conference with the best record in group play, finish with whatever. The knockout rounds will be single elimination games. And then once again, leading up to the semifinals and then to the finals, and then boom, there you go. But that's the NBA season. NBA
did they
in
put
season.
the NFL playoffs in the NBA? That's really what that sounds like to me. You said the teams and then the 2 wild cards. I'm like, wait.
Yeah. So real quick, how long does it go into the year? Basketball just started a couple weeks ago or a month ago.
Yeah.
The championship games. The championship game is December the 5th.
Okay, and playoffs for basketball is usually in summertime, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then this has nothing. It's not going to affect any sort of I guess it could with the seeding and whatnot, but nothing affects playoffs. I don't know. We can go on to your next. I'm done thinking about it. You just had me watch that commercial, and now my head is all confused with this in-season tournament with basketball. Okay.
Hey, honestly, like I said, there's players who are feeling the same exact way you are right now. So
here's a question though about that. Like once they get deep into their playoff, what if they got to play on you said they only play on Tuesdays and Fridays? What if they got to play on a Wednesday? They got to play some random team before their final game. Like that's
Well, no. So how they have the schedule set up is that if you are advancing, you're gonna still follow that Tuesday and Friday format until the end of that tournament. For teams that does not make it to the knockout round, the league will already have you scheduled for a certain game or games. So if in case you're not going to Vegas for the next round, you'll have games to still play. So they already got that mapped out already.
okay. So the teams that are not playing in the tournament, that means they're going to play more games that they've played, other than the teams that are in the tournament, right? Because they only play Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yeah, the league made sure that each team is still going to play 82 games, whether you have advanced or not. You're going to still play an 82 game season. It's not going to be one team going to play 90 games while a different team plays only 75 games. They're going to make sure that every team is still playing an 82 game season.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound confusing. It's definitely very new, but we'll see what happens. And like what Stan said, these courts have definitely been something to talk about. Some of these courts have been looking good. Some be like, whoa, what is going on with that basketball court?
Yeah, some of them look like Boise State's football field. Like, what are you doing?
Right. And Stan, you on mute.
There we go. Now we're good.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
I just hope that they come up with a better name for this in-season tournament. Name it after a player or something. Name it after. You can name it the James Harden tournament. It's something that only matters during the season.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Pew.
Well, if it was 2019.
This team probably ain't gonna win the real championship anyway. So
nope,
might as well have a championship for them.
Not at all. All right. So what's next on what has my attention? Want to give a shout out. This is a huge thing here. But we have Layla Edwards. She is the first Black woman to play for Team USA's women's hockey. And as you see here, it's an honor to be the first Black woman on the national team. But this team's been around for a long time. And not to sound ungrateful, but it would have been nice to have someone that looked like me on the team before me. I'm glad that I'm able to be that someone for another little Black girl out there, Layla Edwards. So huge ordeal right there to have the first Black woman play on a women's national hockey team, Team USA. So definitely, shouts out to her, and continue to pave the way. Continue to pave the way, man.
When are the Winter Olympics?
26.
I believe, yeah, because I believe we just had it. What, last year, Joe? Is that correct? I think it's like every 2 years.
I honestly don't remember when the last time we had it.
Every 4
I know
years
it's every 4 years. It's just on a different set of 4 than the summer. But
right, yeah, the summer
World Cup is going to be in 26.
So we just technically had the 2020 Summer Olympics in 2021. So 2022 would have been the Winter Olympics. 2024 is the Summer Olympics again. And that's going to be in France, I think, in summer. So 2026.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 years between the two, but then every 2 years we get a set of Olympics. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yes, you know what? We do have some more. Draymond Green has been suspended by the league 5 games for this incident you see on the screen. Him talking out Rudy Gobert yesterday. Yeah, so he has been suspended right now for 5 games. Joe Bo, you brought up, I believe, in the pre-show, people saying they had been defending him, and I understand. I think someone had on social media Draymond was just defending the light skin community. That's all he was doing. He was defending Clay and
he had
and
to
Self.
step up. He had to step up. Steph was
So
down.
what are you
Steph
saying?
could not defend his light-skinned brethren.
But it was light skin on light skin violence. I'm gonna stop.
And another light skin intervened. The fourth light skin. So, dog, hear me here. The fourth light skin would have been Steph Curry. However, Steph was on the sideline injured. Draymond had to step in and assume his light-skinned brethren responsibilities, though his hue does not match the qualification. He had to step up for his brother, and yoke him up, like had him in there, like woo. You know, he was upset.
He had the game on the choke.
We all know why this happened. No. We know why this happened. Draymond is just now releasing the last of his frustrations of having to have his season cut short when Rudy Gobert brought COVID to the NBA. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember?
Oh, man.
He upset. 2020 was supposed to be the year they right the wrong of Toronto. Instead, they were bad the whole year, and then their season got cut short back when they were bad. I was supposed to get paid off a bet, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Man, I'll never forget that day when he had that press conference in Utah, talking about you don't see I'm touching everything, I'm hitting microphones.
Yeah,
I don't have nothing. I'm good. I'm okay.
You gotta say it with a French accent. He's French.
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Then like a week or so later, Rudy Gobert contracted COVID-19.
COVID was everywhere in the NBA, and just everybody getting sick. It's like how games getting canceled, postponed, people sitting in locker rooms not being able to play. That was the wild part. That happened while people were in locker rooms getting ready to play.
I was getting ready to watch the games to kind of see if they were gonna play, and then it's like a domino effect. Man, it was crazy. That was a crazy night. They actually had a pretty good documentary on that too. You gotta watch that.
No, we're not playing.
Yeah, and then Jobo, you remember? I think like the next day, the Cardinals were playing a spring training game. I can't recall what team they were playing, but it was like right before the first pitch, or maybe it was like during the game, Joe. And Danny Mac was like, we just got word that baseball is about to stop the preseason, the spring training because of COVID. It just that time, man, was just amazing to see all these sports just shut down all of a sudden.
It was crazy, and I still remember the setup they had for the NHL playoffs. Like that was wild. Bubble hockey, that's what we were calling it, which is funny because they have that old school bubble hockey game. But wild times. I don't miss it, but wild times. And I still remember hearing Danny Mac say that. And we were probably playing like the Astros or the Marlins or the Nationals because those are the only teams we play during spring training.
Right. Yeah, that was a crazy time, man. Crazy time.
Let's not go back.
Man. please no. Please no. And for those who may have recently contracted, the virus, prayers up to you, and we hope that you take care of yourself, and let's not do things that's going to cause other people to be affected. Let's be mindful of others. It's just not just about you.
Carl Anthony Towns tragically lost his mother from that.
Yeah, I had it about a month ago. It was not nice.
So I was about to say something kind of funny.
Yeah,
and you just said that, so.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
I feel like I'm gonna ruin the mood now. Yeah, you got real serious real quick. Anyways, I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm gonna say it anyways. Did you hear that the GM meetings got
Come
cut
on, just
short
say
because
it.
of some?
Rip the Band-Aid off. Come on.
The GM meetings got cut short a day early because of some sort of virus, and apparently it was like, I don't know. Sarah's put out there is like, y'all need to wash your hands because it's like the poop virus. That's what it got going. So all these grown men ain't washing their hands or something. So yeah, that's why I thought it was kind of funny, and you came out here with some serious crap. R.I.P. though.
They had the pops like, help me, please. Help me, please.
Help me, please. Oh,
wow, help me.
Oh. But no, I had it about a month ago. That was my second go with it. It was not fun.
Was there anything different that you felt from the first one to the most recent one, Stan?
The symptoms weren't as severe. Maybe it was because I knew what to expect. I did lose my sense of taste, which was bad. So I'm just sitting here eating, just mush. Like, what does it look like? It looks like something savory and full of flavor. What does it taste like? It tastes gray. That's how it tasted. Other than that, I was good. I had a little stuffed nose, but that was about it. Compared to the first time, I had the fever for the first day. I was in the bed thinking, Lord, this is it. And then the next day I was fine, but I still tested positive. But boy, that first day, knocked me out good.
I had it twice.
But the second go around was better. Damn, you too, Sadal?
Yeah, I had it twice, man. Not as serious though. I lost my sense of taste, and I was kind of like sneezing. I didn't even cough, and they made everybody at work go test, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go test, and I'm like, oh yeah, you got it. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh man, am I gonna die? I'm like, I ain't know what was gonna happen. And then after like a week, they was like, well, come back in a week. I think the next Saturday I went back, and it was like, oh, it's negative now. I'm like, okay, that was it. All right, well, thank God for that. Didn't flare up.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and transition from COVID to week 10.
COVID to week 10.
What a transition.
Week 10 NFL takeaways. And now on your screen, we have the scores from last Thursday night to this past Monday. The Carolina Panthers, they defeated the Bears. It was probably one of the worst Thursday night football games in history, but it happened. The Patriots lost to the Colts. Now, Joe, there is a sources say that Bill Belichick already is going to be going to a different team next year and be the head coach and the GM. So it looks like no matter what happens with this season, this is going to be his last year with the Patriots. I'm just wondering who's going to
be changed since last week. Last week was, if they lose one game, he's fired. We all knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
man, I'm just glad. I'm just here, just a happy camper, just looking at what's happening to the Patriots. I'm petty. I'm sorry. I love it.
I mean, and it shows how much
it's a beautiful sight to behold, Sadal. A beautiful sight indeed.
Yeah, and but yeah, like I said, it ain't looking good with Belichick right now. I'm just interested on which team will want him to be a GM and a head coach at his stage of his career.
Big mistake. Giants. Because you're gonna have he's old school, man. It's not 1986 New York Football Giants when he was defensive coordinator. It's not even 2001. No. This is a whole different generation of style of play, teams. I think he's out of place, man.
Yeah, he is, man. And uh, how do you feel, Sadal? Like, do you think it's like an unwritten rule when you have certain coaches who's been around for a long time, who's done the stuff that Belichick has done? Do they deserve that right to finish off a season and not get fired in the middle of a season because of who they are and what they're doing? Let's say for people like Belichick, for coaches like Greg Popovich for the Spurs. Like, do they deserve that grace of not getting fired during the middle of the season, even when stuff is looking very, very bad?
Okay, speaking impartially, I would say so, but I remember early in my fandom of football, the big talk was Tom Landry being fired from the Dallas Cowboys. And Landry's there for like what, 3 or 4 decades. But at those last few years with Dallas was just brutal, and they fired him. I mean, unceremoniously, they just said, "Hey, pack your stuff, you're gone." And it was some controversy there of how he got let go. I think you do it with grace, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's really you can only fire somebody so gently, you know.
I feel like though with Belichick, I mean, I can kind of think of like Tony La Russa with the White Sox. It wasn't pretty at all. Memes all over the place and whatnot, and he just sounded awful, looked awful, and they just wrote it out there till the end. I don't know. We're week 10. What's his name? Mac Jones is not doing his job, and
that was an ugly situation last weekend with
yeah, was that the offensive coordinator just tearing him a new one on the sidelines, and
Bill Belichick sits him down before the potential game tying drive to get this other guy in, and the other guy really messed up, and it was just a terrible situation. And the kid, you could tell he was in his head because that interception right there at the goal line, it's almost like he just handed the guy the ball. Like, here you go, interception. There you go. I'll let you have it. It's ugly.
It's a lot more than just Belichick. I mean, I think we can see last year without Brady, or even a couple years now without Brady, they weren't as good as they were with them. I mean, they still made the playoffs last year, right? Am I mistaken?
No, Patriots. That was 2 years ago.
All right, 2 years ago then. Still made the playoffs without Brady and whatnot. It's like certain teams, doesn't matter what coach you have on there. If you don't have the talent, you don't have the talent, and they don't have the talent.
Again, I really don't care. Moving on.
So what? Oh man, the next 2 games, the Browns and the Ravens. Man, I said this, Joe, last week on the show. I told you and Craig Black. I said I cannot trust a Lamar Jackson-led Baltimore Ravens team, because when it comes down to that moment, playoffs or whatever, they just find ways to cough up a victory when you should have won the game. The Ravens were in great shape throughout the whole game, and the Cleveland Browns came back in the fourth quarter and stole that victory, and all momentum for Baltimore fans were like down the drain. And now, for those who don't know, Deshaun Watson is out for the rest of the year because he has a bone in his shoulder that's affecting him, a broken bone in his shoulder that's affecting him, probably from too many massages. But anyway,
now let's throw some respect on Deshaun Watson's name here, man. And now let me tell you, Deshaun in this game showed plenty of heart. They were down a couple of scores to one of the best teams in the league, and he did it when he went to the locker room early before the first half ended. He was limping back to the locker room. They didn't think he was going to come back in the game. Came back in the game. Turns out, not only did he have a broken bone in his throwing shoulder, which doctors say most people that have this injury, they can't do anything with their arm, let alone throw a football. He not only threw and finished the game, he had a high ankle sprain in his left ankle. So, and with all of that, he went 14 of 14 the second half of the football game and led them to victory, man. Of all of that. So I'll tip my cap to Deshaun Watson on that performance, man. Because there was no way he was supposed to even throw the ball, let alone throw 14-14, come back against one of the best defenses in the league.
And I'm sure that Deshaun Watson was tipping too, Sadal.
I'm not going to touch that one. I'm not going to do it. You heard it during the intro. The views of Smoooth does not reflect the platform sports talk show nor its sponsors.
So let's flip it around and talk about wait a minute, that ain't sound right either. Anyway.
I'm not even going to bring up what I said back in the past of a past show about flipping stuff.
Flip it. Let's talk about the Ravens and the opportunity for them to increase their lead in the AFC North, and they failed to do so. Actually, before we do that, Stan is back on, and also this man here left us for a little minute because he's doing his best Johnny Cochran right now, taking over the world in law. T-Bone, what's going on with you, brother?
Oh, snap.
Rocking the cap. Okay, salute law. He's shaking his head. T-Bone, we can't hear you. What's happening?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? How's everybody doing out there?
Man, we good, man. Good to see you. How's life treating you?
It's busy. It's been busy, but I've had time to catch some sports and catch some live sports down at the Enterprise Center. But let's get to talking about football.
Let's get it. So yeah, we were talking about the Browns and the Ravens game. Your thoughts, Stan, with the Ravens covering up that lead against the Browns?
You have to be more careful with the ball. That's ultimately what that came down to. And so, that's something that they'll have to work on in practice. The game of football is something that is unpredictable, and you never know how the game is going to end, but you practice to make sure that you excel in situations like this. The game was on lock. Let's just be honest. The game was on ice. They could have just ran the ball to their heart's content. But you live by the pass, you die by the pass.
Especially when you have a pass rush on the Brown side that was really getting after him, especially Myles Garrett. He was coming after them. And he was beasting out until he had to walk out with a boot. But man, you got to take care of the football. That's the golden rule.
Yeah, they say that the Browns have the best defense in all of football.
Yeah, I believe it.
I believe it too.
I can't see somebody coming. I don't see That's a valid argument.
T-Bone, your thoughts on that Ravens and Browns game?
I mean, you especially when you got towards the end and the Browns got that touchdown, and then all of a sudden they missed the field goal, and you're like, okay, Ravens got this. Do I even need to watch the rest of this game? I mean, surely. And then the Ravens apparently said, "Don't call me Shirley," all right, because they weren't going to get that game and they weren't going to win it. So they said, no, we can't win this game. We gotta find a way to give this game to them. And boy, back at the screen, and then didn't believe it.
Yeah, like I said, man, I just can't trust the Ravens. I can't do it.
It's the toughest division. We're getting ready to talk about this next game.
Hey,
but
yeah.
it's the toughest division right now.
Prayers up for Deshaun Watson. He had to have that career, dear Lord, season-ending, not career-ending, season-ending injury on his on his shoulder.
Nothing can kill his career at this point.
Like T-Bone with the jokes. You missed the T-Bone. Smooth already was like,
I heard it. And I ain't touching it either. There ain't nothing I want to touch over there.
Hey, same thing she said.
He may want someone to smack it, flip it, and rub it down. I don't know.
Oh
I want to touch it.
The views of T-Bone Funk does not reflect this platform Sportstalk show or his sponsors.
Oh man. Woo. Okay. All right.
Go overseas to get some treatment. Not stem cell though. He may go get some other treatments. I don't know.
All right. Next game.
Hey, remember
please, next game. Next game. Who we got next?
Craig was saying that the talk of the town was going to be how Deshaun Watson was going to come back, and
yes,
he's going to be talking about him.
I recall that.
Yeah.
Yep. He was.
I remember
so adamant.
I don't think so.
Yep. He was so adamant about that. But this next game, man, wow. Houston Texans defeated the Cincinnati Bengals. And man, that game was incredible. And they are probably the hottest team in football right now. The Houston Texans. Yes. CJ Stroud.
What does Mark Jackson go to say?
You might as well just crown him the offensive rookie of the year right now, man.
He might get some MVP votes, honestly. He's
and MVP, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching that, and Brendan was like, he's got so much time with like a minute left or whatever. I'm used to saying that out about guys like Tom Brady, like, oh, a minute, he's got this, he's fine. Same thing with Mahomes, and CJ Stroud has put his name up there early on in his rookie career, but like he's showing it. The dude, he gets the job done. So it's been a lot of fun to watch, and I've said it on here before. All the Astros fans that I follow, obviously that live in Houston, they're very excited because Texans haven't really been that good in a while, so it's fun for them.
CJ Stroud, man, he's already set NFL records. I think he set the NFL rookie record for most completions without an interception in like so many games or so many attempts. Or or both. Man, he is. You seen glimpses of that when he was with Ohio State. Especially in the national championship game when Ohio State played Georgia, they ended up losing. But at the end of that game, he almost willed Ohio State back in that game, and you can tell that he was a winner. And he's just proving it right now in Houston right now, man. And I want to see how far they could take it, because it's tough in the AFC. It's tough.
You're right about that record, by the way.
I will say there are about maybe four other teams that wish they would have been able to get this guy. One being Carolina.
Definitely.
Because
yeah.
That's a that's a no. And so he's balling out.
So apparently the head coach of Carolina Panthers, Frank Wright, actually wanted to draft CJ Stroud, but management wanted to draft Bryce Young instead.
Well, new management this offseason.
Yep.
All bad. But yeah,
I think it's too early. I think it's a little early. Let's I mean, Bryce Young plays for a not so good team.
That is true.
And he's not the first rookie quarterback to go through this. Now, if he goes through this second year and third year, now there's a problem. But it's only his first year.
Right. Let's get to T-Bone's team. San Fran, they had a 3-game losing streak, T-Bone.
Yeah.
And you had the return of Deebo Samuel, and he Deebo'd the Jacksonville Jaguars as San Fran won 34-3. Your thoughts on Deebo and San Fran getting right back into the win column?
I mean, Deebo did his thing, and the rest of them, it's amazing what a week of rest will do for you. You know what I mean? Like, you just come back and you just go into Jacksonville, and they did it for me. You know what I mean? They did. This one was for me. It was for me. Think about where they were for a second when you'll get that one. This one was for me. They in Jacksonville.
The rest, they didn't have Chase Young.
What? Huh? What?
I said you call it a week of rest, like you all didn't go acquire some guy by the name of Chase Young. That helps a little bit.
I mean, you call it what you want, rest, reevaluation, whatever you want to call it. A win is a win is a win. All right. Take that win how you can get it. By the way, they got that win and they got it. They got in there.
Hey, I wish Mr. Producer had that clip of Kendrick Perkins getting up. I don't know if y'all seen it, where he was talking about something else in basketball. He had that belt. Wow. That's what the San Francisco 49ers did to the Jaguars.
Oh, man.
I wish you had that clip. Oh, man, that's so funny.
You think about leaving these people here in Jacksonville? Nah, you ain't doing that. Huh? You think you big and bad? Nah, you ain't. You think you making the playoffs? Playoffs? Nah, bro. You sit your butts back there. Go call Fred. Go. What's his name? Fred Taylor. Go ask him. Hey, how those playoffs feel? Because y'all ain't making it this year.
Another great storyline that's emerging is in this next game, the Vikings and the Saints. Josh Dobbs, 2 weeks ago, he was playing with the Arizona Cardinals, and now he don't even know his own players' names for real. And 2-0 with 5 touchdowns. He already in 2 weeks has the same amount of touchdowns as New York Jets quarterback Zach Wilson with 5 touchdowns in just 2 games with the Vikings. Sadar, your thoughts on Joshua Dobbs and what he's doing with the Vikings?
Man, I just remember when the Rams brought in what's my guy's name? Can't even remember his name now. It was just last year.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield and beat the Raiders. And so just to see that happen, and it ain't like Josh Dobbs had that kind of, mystique of a quarterback, of a Baker Mayfield. He's a journeyman. I think he's been on like 47 football teams.
Right.
Man,
the last 3 years.
Dobbs is trusted, man. He'll patch you up. You know what I mean? He'll patch you up. Rolling, you know what I mean?
But I'll tell you what, I'm liking this story right here. I know the comeback player of the year is usually given to somebody that was injured the year before and came back, but I think they should make an exception and give him comeback player of the year.
Didn't they give it to Geno Smith last year?
Did they give it to Geno Smith last year?
He wasn't injured. I mean, you could have thought he was injured by the way he used to play, but he wasn't injured.
His ego was injured.
Well,
That
in
boy
that case,
playing like
then
cheeks.
I think Joshua Dobbs should get that award this year, man. If he keeps it up now, at least let's see if he keep it going. I mean, it's the NFC. It's the easy conference, so it's wide open.
None of y'all folks here in St. Louis got my Dobbs reference, huh? He'll patch you up, get you rolling. No, nothing. Yeah, ain't nothing.
I had one. He's good for teams. He come in, he lift you up, he'll get you fixed, and then you ship him out like the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's exactly what this.
He came in, he lifted him up, he fixed him.
And
Joe, baby, that's the Dobbs way.
That's right.
And Joe Bo, I know you're a fan of great stories, so I know this Joshua Dobbs story has to be one that you that has your attention.
Yeah, it's cool. It sucks because I was a Kirk Cousins fan, and then after that quarterback documentary, I was even more of a Kirk Cousins fan.
I was just about to say.
So it sucked watching that happen, But I mean, have you seen the head coach's reaction to his play? He's loving it, And Vikings are always, I feel like at the end of the year, they're usually right there making the playoffs somehow. It'd be some story, if this guy comes out and helps them get there, and they won't win the Super Bowl, obviously, but gives Minnesota some hope. So it's been cool to watch.
Oh, you calling him Ryan Fitzpatrick? All right.
Damn.
Let's go ahead and jump down to me and Joe's team. The Detroit Lions defeated the Chargers. The Lions are still doing their thing. Dan Campbell got them boys playing some ball.
That game was crazy.
Yeah,
both teams are scoring back and forth.
Whoever's gonna had the ball last is gonna win.
Sadal and Stan, do y'all feel the Rams messed up on giving up on Jared Goff?
No, I think both teams won. Both teams got what they wanted. The Rams wanted a veteran quarterback of Stafford stature, and they won a Super Bowl with him. The Lions wanted a young quarterback to replace a older quarterback, and he's serviceable with the Lions, and he's working with the Lions, and then the Lions won. I think both teams won.
So I'll say I too feel like both teams won, but for different reasons. The Lions wanted to win. The Rams wanted to win now, and win now being the Super Bowl. They were too busy looking at now, while the Lions, I feel like, were looking down the line. And so they took that deal, and right now, if you look at it, they're kind of coming away with the lion's share of the benefit, because we're sitting here with a quarterback reminiscent of Kurt Warner and Mark Bulger with an injury to one of his fingers. I saw that and I had traumatic flashbacks. I was like, damn it, not again. But, saw that, and we're struggling right now. I could say it. Hopefully we get this win over the Seahawks again. I feel like we got it.
Let me ask you this, Stanton. Would you rather have a broken quarterback now or in a Super Bowl, or a healthy quarterback who couldn't get you over the hump and no Super Bowl?
Well, I mean, when you give me my options, I'm kind of stuck with, for the last 2 years, the broken quarterback. So it's like my choice was made for me.
Hey, they went.
But we got that Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, they was going all in. They went all in. They got it.
Wait a minute. Didn't y'all go to the Super Bowl with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and he couldn't get us over that hump.
They went.
This is what it all said.
They didn't win a Super Bowl with him.
All right. I mean, I would still say the Lions definitely got the better end of the deal, because the truth is they had their quarterback for a while, and while he may have been good, he was not going to be good there. So, he wasn't going to be the person to get them where they needed to be. If y'all make it to a Super Bowl, And I'll say this about my team, so I'm not even trying to make this a Rams thing. If you make it to the Super Bowl and you don't win, it ain't the quarterback's fault because y'all got to the Super Bowl with that quarterback. Y'all could have won with that quarterback. So, I mean, the Lions weren't going to make it to a Super Bowl with that.
You must have not seen that game, that Super Bowl. I mean, it was forgettable. It was like 7-3.
Did they get
13-3 because somebody finally scored, and unfortunately, that somebody was Tom Brady.
But did they get to? I mean, you facing the bet. You facing potentially one of the best defenses in the league at that point, too, right? And that other team knows how to.
No, that was not the best defense the Patriots had.
No, I didn't say it was the best.
I think that was the worst Patriots team, Super Bowl team that was in there.
Yeah, but my point is that
and they still whooped our ass. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you want to talk about that Patriots team, what about the first Patriots team to beat y'all in the Super Bowl? You gonna say
they cheated?
Oh
no, that was that. Yeah, that was they cheated in that one.
Oh,
that was
okay.
They cheated.
Oh,
play calling.
And then the Rams.
They knew what we was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Rams had a way better
video game
than that.
I feel like an old
and the branch on the tree and the tree in the hole in the ground and the green grass grows all around and around. Yeah, I know it's always something. But the point is that y'all made it to the Super Bowl with your quarterback. The Lions were not going to make it to the Super Bowl with their quarterback.
Well, season's not over yet.
Oh no, I'm talking about the one they have now. No, when doing the trade
I think. Well, what I'm saying is, I think it's too soon to say if the Lions won this because if the Lions go on and win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, they won. They won the trade. But if not,
because we got ours too.
If not, I'm saying both teams got what they wanted out of the deal.
Okay, nice debate. I love it on the Platform Sports Talk Show. The Raiders are now 2-0 after they fired Josh McDaniels and former NFL player, wasn't it Antonio Pierce?
Yeah,
I think he was a New York Giant. Now he's the head coach of the Raiders, and he got them boys playing. They happy. They having victory cigars in the locker room after the game. Just your thoughts on the Raiders because they can creep up. If they keep winning, they can creep up and try to make that playoff.
I like what they're doing right there. I like it's almost the Raiders seem like they do this all the time. They bring in this coach they're supposed to carry him all the way. They fire him mid-season, and then the interim coach ends up, having a lot of success. And then they don't hire the interim coach. They find somebody else to come in there, and they repeat the process all over again. But I will say this: Antonio Pierce. It seems like the players have rallied around him, and they love playing for him. I would, if I was a GM of the Raiders, I'd say, hey, let's ride this thing on out. See how far we can go with Antonio Pierce. Because the alternative wouldn't work.
And then lastly, the Buffalo Bills lost in a heartbreaking fashion against the Denver Broncos this past Monday night when normally, Sadal, you're supposed to have 11 guys on the field, doing any kind of play, special teams play, whatever. Mm-hmm. And Buffalo did a memo and had 12 guys on the field, which allowed the Broncos to kick another field goal and win the game. And then next day, the Buffalo Bills fired their assistant coach. It looks like they're on the path of possibly at the end of the season, depending on how things end, that McDermott maybe, the head coach may be gone after the season as well. But what the heck happened in Buffalo? What's going on?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I mean, Sean McDermott is a terrific coach. It's just the records ain't recording, I guess. Lack of a better term. It's the record, man. I don't know. It's just the players are just not into the season. It really ain't. You know, we just talked about Antonio Pierce and how the teams rally around him. I think it just happens that way. Sometimes you can have a great coach, but it's just for some reason or another, the players just they're just not clicking with them. I think maybe it is time for a change of scenery. In the meantime, Broncos, I got to hear that damn phrase from Russell Wilson, Broncos country, let's ride. My God.
Horseman country was trademarked, so they, he couldn't go there.
He's corny. Yeah, they got the win, but that really, I wouldn't say the Broncos got the win. I say the Buffalo Bills lost that game. They lost that game. They
did because they had it. They had the victory, but then an extra man wanted to get on the field and be famous. And
you wait till the last play,
right?
I think they had. I mean, all you had to do was use your brain. How many times have you practiced this?
Practice.
We're talking about practice, T-Bone.
Practice.
And you go out there and you don't even know how to line up and go. You don't know if you're supposed to be out there. You don't know.
You know what? So, dog, if I was one of those Bills players, I probably would have done this.
Here, and then all of a sudden, Gobert comes in, and Draymond's like, no.
Yeah, it's
chill out.
And then Draymond, he headlocked Gobert there, so
a match.
You know that was going on in the locker room. The
my God.
Man on the field, somebody was doing that to that guy.
Man, like, what the hell are you doing?
Have y'all noticed this year that the NFL is getting what they've probably wanted for the longest of times?
I blame it on the new man. Miss Dove got jokes. I blame it on the new man.
We've been looking. I know that y'all mentioned this in college, and I've kind of pushed back in college. But when you look at the NFL, like, this is probably the most even that everybody had. Well, not everybody. 80% of the teams have a chance to make the playoffs at this point. You know what I mean? Like, everybody.
You talking about the NFC or just both?
The NFL altogether. Like, if you look at Buffalo, okay, Buffalo's in trouble. Buffalo's 5-5. Who's at the top of their division? Miami, 6-3. Like, there's not like a lot of difference between 1 and 4 in most of the divisions. I mean, when you look at Carolina, all right, yeah, they're not going to do much. I mean, you look at the Cardinals. I'll make the cut off the Cardinals.
New England ain't it either.
Yeah, the Giants,
and the Rams. And the Rams ain't sorry.
I didn't want to have to say it. I didn't want to have to say
it. Smooth.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, like, look at the AFC West. I mean,
hey, the Rams can still make the playoffs in the NFC.
That's true.
In the NFC, yeah, they can. In the AFC, no, they can't. NFC, yeah.
I mean, you got a 8-1, a 6-3, 7-2, 6-3, 6-3, 6-4. I don't think so, man.
No, y'all be divisions though.
Y'all be in what, 9th, 10th place at this point?
Yeah, we only get 7 teams go now. 7 teams.
Well, I mean, look.
So don't count it out. I mean, crazier things have happened. And the NFC is not that strong.
Smooth.
So don't count out the Rams yet.
Real quick.
Anyway, no, I was going to agree with Tebow. I was going to agree because it is. I mean, if you look and throughout it, there is no dominant team like that. There's no team that you can say, oh, they're going to, there's no beating them. Even Kansas City got beat by by the Broncos.
The Steelers.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the Steelers, if you look at a team like the Steelers, they're the worst good team I've ever seen in football in a long time. Because here's the stat for you about the Steelers. The Steelers are what? Go back to the records.
5-5, something like that.
Go back to the record, Smooth. Okay, the Steelers are 6-3. Do you know that in every game they played, they got out gained offensively in every single game they played, and they're 6-3.
It's because they're a defensive team.
Yeah. Even the Baltimore Ravens,
they didn't get out defense
back in 2000.
But Stan.
Hey, I just want to say, if we can go back to the playoff picture, what it would look like. So, I hate to say it, but
it ain't happening, bro.
At this moment, you know, it's not our year. We're having a great trial for next year when all the pieces are working better together, and we'll have both our wide receivers at the same time. We'll have Puka and Coop healthy and ready to go. This is just a trial.
Go get your laughs in now, but don't be surprised if you see the Rams in that last seed of the playoffs. Not saying that they're gonna win the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is they still have a shot because of who they're playing coming up next. They still have a shot.
You sound like a St. Louis Cardinals fan trying to sit there and say it's September. They always get real hot in September. Look out for the Cardinals.
I'm just saying.
Who's next?
I think I might get the last laugh on this, but we'll see. We'll see.
Let's see who they got next. Who the Rams got next?
Look at the remaining Rams schedule. Bring that up.
I'm trying to find it here.
It's possible. Bring up the Rams schedule and see who's up.
Oh, y'all got the Cardinals. Y'all got the Cardinals next, huh?
Right, we got the Cardinals.
Oh, wait, no. Next, you got the Seahawks.
Got the Seahawks. We beat the Seahawks already.
Mm-hmm.
And then who else? Read them off, T-Bone.
You got the Seahawks.
Okay. That might be a win.
You got the Cardinals.
That might be a win.
You got the let's see, you got the Browns.
They got a great defense, but they don't have a great quarterback.
They didn't have a quarterback when they beat us either.
50-50.
You got the Ravens.
Boy, that's a loss.
And coming up next, the Commodores.
Now that may be a win. That's a win.
And then after that, the Saints come marching in.
That's
I think we might beat the Saints.
And then after that, our next feature will be a classic movie from 1994, The Little Giants.
Oh, that's a win.
Oh, that's a dub. That's a dub.
Okay, now who we have next?
Oh, the 49ers after that. That's a win for sure.
But hey, but no, look. See my point? Don't you see my point, now, T-Bone?
You got to like 7 wins.
Hey, we got a shot. Hold on. Wait a minute.
We're not out of it.
Hey, man.
We're not out of it.
We playing. Look at this. We playing 2 cooked birds.
Now, how do you feel? Are you still laughing?
Tear us up.
Are you still laughing, School?
Wait, hold on. So T-Bone just said the possibility of getting maybe 7 wins, right? But you already have, like you said before, Minnesota with 6 wins, Dallas with 6 wins, Seattle with 6 wins. You're hoping on other teams to not win at all. That's a huge task right there.
And you're playing. Look, hey,
Dallas, hey, they could collapse. You know the Dallas.
Hey,
Dallas cold water.
let me just say, I would love to play Sadal in spades right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he calling some maybes that some possible, some 2%. I got it's a two hearts, but
all I'm saying, I'm not saying that they're gonna go to the playoffs and dominate, but I'm saying that they have a chance to make the playoffs.
You saying they're gonna climb that ladder rung by damn rung by
it's possible. Right. It's possible.
Right.
Their best route to the playoffs will have to be within their division.
Yeah. Good luck.
3 games out.
We can do it.
3 games out.
No, you more than 3 games because you got if the 49ers and Seahawks that puts you even further.
Hey, you know, we beat the 49ers before.
How long ago? In the playoffs?
Yeah, when it counted.
Matters. Mm-hmm. Clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One time in the past 7 years.
Yep. And we can do it again.
We got one more ring.
The Browns beat you
in the past 7 years too.
They did. They beat a lot of people this year too.
What'd you say?
He said the Browns beat us. I said they beat a lot of people this year too. These ain't our childhood Browns now. You know, they done got some color to them. They like brown. They may be dark brown. They figured out another type of brown. These ain't the brown browns. These ain't the doo-doo browns. These are the real browns. That's
so you're saying so you're saying they're a different shade of brown.
They done got one of them charts, the Peter Griffin chart. You must be the shade.
Oh man.
That was the NFL week 10.
I got faith.
Obviously you do. So God bless you. Week 11, college football takeaways. Talked about it earlier, but Mizzou doing big things, had a big win against Tennessee. Stan, what are your thoughts in regards to your Oregon Ducks and how they've been performing this season?
Hey man, we beat the Utes. That's all I was worried about. When we won that game, I didn't care about nothing else. I don't care what else happens this season. We beat the Utes in regular in-season play because they've always beat us. I don't understand what it is for these past couple years. We go up against Utah and we fall apart. But this team right here is special. And I like the way it looks. We've got a great core on offense. We've got an amazing core on defense. And we got a great coach too. So, you know, and we're staying right there in that 5th and 6th spot right there as they keep revealing the playoff rankings and standings. So if we keep winning, and more importantly, if these other teams keep losing, we getting in that top 4. Put us in the CFP, baby. We coming.
And speaking
unlike the other team people thought was coming, we coming.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because yeah, T-Bone, your guy haven't been looking too good these last 5-6 weeks. Coach Prime.
We done lost. What happened to Sadal? Where'd he go? What happened?
That lovely lady.
Where'd he go?
Oh, you know what? I have the perfect sound for him. Let me see. Because right now his Wi-Fi is acting kind of messed up, so it's
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me he needs some milk? Oh, his Wi-Fi needs some milk. 2% lean.
But yeah, going back T-Bone, Coach Prime, things haven't been looking too good these last 5-6 weeks now that he had to apologize to the fans of Colorado for their recent play or lack thereof. Just pretty much like a humbling moment, a coming to reality moment for the program right now. And he recently lost one of his top recruits that had plans on going to Colorado, and Sadal is now back. Welcome back, Sadal. But now you're losing prize recruits after a slide. Your thoughts on Coach Prime, and do you feel that HBCU schools are behind the scenes like, yeah, now things are going the opposite way?
No. I don't think HBCU schools are like that at all. I think when it comes to him, so to address the point about the recruit, him losing the recruit, I think part of the issue was that they don't know if he's going to be there. Shocker. But I shocker, spoiler, I think he will be there again next year because, I mean, he's got his sons that are allegedly staying for another year. And, you know, regardless of what Stephen A. Smith thinks, he's not going to go to Texas because then his sons can't play next year. So, unless they went to the NFL. But, you know, I think that, again, I don't think that there's any surprises here, but, you know, the stuff about recruits, the dependability, that's going to be a factor because, you know, there's people who realize you can't just sign up for the flash of the celebrity, which is what, you know, a lot of people are into. A lot of people are into the celebrity effect. And, you know, he can bring eyeballs, but if he leaves, then what? Are you part of the Louis or are you part of the Lenny? Are you the Lenny that I'm just going to throw away, or am I the Louis? What am I when you go somewhere else? But, you know, I think no surprises. No surprise. I'm not even going to dump on him today.
Sadal, your thoughts on Colorado right now?
They are who we thought they were going to be. You know, I said they were going to be a five win team at best. They only won 4.
Right.
So, hey, you know, I don't know what was said before. So I don't know about any context, but if it was something about Texas A&M, he ain't going to Texas A&M because some, you know, his prize recruits have already transferred and they've already used their transfer up. The only time they can use the transfer again is unless they come back as a graduate student. So a lot of their top recruits have already used their transfer. So that year's out. So I don't think he's going anywhere this year. But you're gonna have that kind of talk with Deion and his whole time at Colorado. Every year there's a big opening. Oh, I wonder if Deion's gonna take it. You know, it's just gonna be, it's just automatically gonna be a talk there. As far as the recruits, I kind of disagree with T-Bone on that. I think he can still attract recruits because of who he is, and not just because of his celebrity, just because of his connection with the players. You know, they have a deeper connection with his players, you know, at least the players that he is involved with, you know, he's bringing in. He may not have that connection with the players that have been there. And that, I mean, and that's only natural with any coach, the new coach coming in. You may not have that kind of connection with players that you never recruited in, but he's got that unique connection to players. We kind of saw that when he was with the NFL Network and the NFL Combine. I mean, the younger players just kind of flocked to him, you know, with questions, with, you know, just kind of like curiosity. And he just seemed to have that kind of a connection. So I think, you know, the beat goes on and they're only going to get better. They're only going to get better from here. And I'm just, you know, a lot of people are focused on look how many losses that they've gotten this year. And they haven't looked back and say, hey, look how far this team has come in 1 year, in less than 1 year. This program, he turned it around. and it's only up from here. So a lot of people don't want to focus that. You know, they want to focus on the negative.
Can I point something out to you real quick? I don't want to take up too much time because, like I said, I'm not here to dunk on him this week. But two things. One, didn't he turn over most of the roster from last year?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So then all these players are players that he brought in for the most part.
Yeah.
Those
are players. Those are players. If you remember, it wasn't a recruiting cycle. He brought in the best players that were available at that time in the portal.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just going back to what you said about he has a good connection with the players that he brings in. Well, he brought in 90% of this roster, and after about 5 weeks was throwing some of them under the bus because he wasn't getting the results that he wanted in public, if you will. Second thing, I noticed the thing about he turned the program around. Okay, he did that because he brought in the players. But can I ask y'all, everybody talks about how Colorado was 1-11 last year. What were they the year before that? Anybody?
I think they won like 3 or 4 games.
500.
They won 4 games the year before. I want to say they won like 4 or 5 the year before that. What was the last 1-11 team, or a team that's only won 1 game that came back and only won 1 game the next year? It's not like that happens on a record. You got to try really hard to lose enough games where you only win 1 game in the season. So the expectations being so low, where it's like, oh, look, they won 2 games. They won 3 games. It's like, yeah, average teams win about 4 games. You'd have to be like well below average. And you probably have to be using the same players from the previous year to say, look what he did with that team. No, he brought in new players. Like, give credit, but be realistic. That's it.
And Jobo, I know that earlier in the year, you and I were both talking about Coach Prime and how they were must-see TV. When the last time you even saw a Colorado game?
It's been a little bit, especially since a lot of times I'm about to pass out when their games are on a Saturday. So I'm not staying up to watch that. I'm sorry. I barely stay up to watch Cardinals West Coast games and Blues West Coast games. I'm not going to stay awake for that.
Get the pop shots in. That's all I got to say this year. People are down, and it's really because of Dion, and I guess the hype. It ain't it's really about the hype about Dion and what he could do. He can only do so much this year, but just wait. I mean, he's just getting started. So that's what haters do. They wait until a moment that you're down to really like pound on you, but then once you start winning, then they disappear all of a sudden.
Hey, next year I'll be waiting and I'll have the popcorn. I don't even like popcorn, but I have the popcorn ready for it too.
I hope you are ready, T-Bone.
Hey, as you saw a few weeks ago, when the 49ers lost, did I not show up on this very show to take a licking? Well, sorry, Deshaun Watson, we're not talking about you. Did I not come on the show to let Sadal just kick me while I'm down? Did I not?
I have enough character not to do that. And I didn't do that.
Boy, look, I've known you for 27 years now. You ain't gonna, you may fool these people. You made Deion Sanders these other people.
I didn't say a mumbling bad word about the 49ers, have I? No.
Yes. Many. You do know the show is recorded. And for those of y'all who don't believe
this year, go back.
Hey,
this year, when they lost 3 straight, I did not say any bad thing about them.
You're cutting into the plug here, all right? For those of y'all who don't believe that this show is recorded, I'm telling you right now, Hot 365 Radio got something coming for you, because maybe not this week, but next week, you'll be able to hear everything we got to say, not only today. No. You'll be able to hear a second recording on, what is it, Sundays at 3 o'clock Central? Is that correct, Smoooth?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you'll be able to hear all this stuff. So if you don't believe that Sadal has some choice words for the 49ers and maybe some other teams out there, make sure you check out Hot 365 Radio right here on, the Platform Sports Talk Show. Where it's always hot.
Don't take my word for it. Go watch for yourself.
There we go. So, and speaking of Stan, you brought up the college football rankings. Before we do that, Joe, did you want to go ahead and say your goodbyes now?
Yeah, I'll do it now. I was trying to type it, but I'm not that fast. Yeah, Brendan's not feeling too good, so I'm gonna go relieve him of his dad role right now, so he can go night. And but hey, what are they? Number 9?
Yes. Mizzou.
There we go.
M-I-Z. Y'all finish it for me. Have a good night.
Z-O-U.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, Joe. All right, fellas, let's take it all the way back, man. Stan, you recall how we used to do these rankings back in the day. So why don't you go ahead and start things off at number 25?
Damn it, I wanted number 24. At number 25, we have Kansas.
Hold on. Here we go. Sadal, 25.
At number 25, we got a team from across the doggone border, whatever.
There's a lot of borders. I believe there's 5. Which one is it?
Some team in Kansas.
Listening to this.
Some whack ass team in Kansas.
I can't talk that about Kansas.
Is it Kansas State?
Not Kansas State.
Oh,
but there ain't Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
They are in the state of Kansas, but they are not Kansas State. At number 24, we've got Tulane.
Well, looks like number 23, we have another bordering state, Oklahoma State University.
At number 22, we have the Utes of Utah.
At number 21, we have Kansas State.
Oh, okay.
At number 20, wow, we've got the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
Number 19, we have Notre Dame.
Number 18, the team that Mizzou just whooped up on, Tennessee.
At number 17, we have Arizona.
At number 16, we've got Iowa. Go Hawkeyes.
Shaq would be very happy right now because at number 15, we have LSU.
Oh, you dig it?
Go Tigers.
And 14, Sam Bradford is probably somewhere trying to rehab from his shoulder still from his days with the Rams. Oklahoma Sooners.
Actually,
First
wearing
of
his
all,
note. Actually, in his number 14.
It was his ACLs. It was his knees.
Oh, yeah, that's right. At number 13, we have Ole Miss.
At number 12, I still don't know what this is, but we have the Penn State Nittany Lions. That sounds like something in the Christian church.
Every time I think of Penn State, I think of and never mind.
Oh, man.
Number 11. Have they beaten up on Colorado too? Oregon State.
Not yet. Number 10. Number 10, we have the Louisville Cardinals.
At number 9, we have M-I-Z. Z-O-U.
Z-O-U.
Mizzou, man.
Damn, I get stuck with that. At number 8, we got Bama. Next.
What, are you ready to hook them? You ready to hook them? You ready to stretch them? You ready to hook them horns? Huh? Texas, number 7.
I'm gonna have Stan do the honors.
At number 6, yes, the University of Oregon wins the day, baby. Yeah. Thank you.
They definitely beat up on Colorado. Whoop them.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
you know
beat
what?
the shit. I'm sorry.
You know, T-Bone, you're having a lot of fun. A lot of fun with this. About who
Hey,
you
you know what? Since Stan took number 6, I want number 5 because they have a quarterback that got that big energy.
Oh, Gotta do the aqua clap.
Everybody. Come on, everybody.
Number 5, you have the University of Washington.
At number 4, we have somebody's alma mater. I don't know who, but that's Florida State.
Yeah.
At number 3, despite everything going on, we've got Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh no. OHO no. Oh boy. Here we go. It's the Ohio State University. So much for parity that y'all talking about. Look at these top 4 teams.
And coming up at the number 1 spot, Georgia. 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 And that is the college football playoff rankings. And are y'all excited that next year they're gonna start doing a 12-team college football playoff?
It is 1 year too late, man. Could you imagine if Mizzou had a chance in the playoffs, man?
That means we just got to go back and do it again.
Yep. The only thing is about Mizzou, I've never seen them do it two years in a row, man. You know, when Chase Daniels did it 2007, man, they was this close. They didn't even have a playoff then. Man, if they even had just a 4-team playoff, they would have had a chance that season. But I haven't seen Mizzou do this like years in a row, sadly. But I hope I'm wrong and they do it again running back in 24. But I'm gonna enjoy this year.
All right. Speaking of enjoy, we're going to enjoy this very last segment. I know Stan has been waiting on it. Sadal was asking about, do I have the clips? Of course I do. Our last topic of the evening, NBA. Fill in the blank, y'all. James Harden is blank.
Trash.
There we go. There goes Stan. I'm sorry, Sadal. James Harden is
washed.
T-Bone. James Harden is.
Excuse me. Can there be multiple blanks?
Be my guest.
No. Wait. I won't. Wait a minute. Now wait a goddamn. No. Everybody gets one.
Hey man.
All right.
That's why you ask rules. Okay, you gotta ask rules.
You're not going to come in here and try to litigate everything in here. No. No.
First go around, just one blank. So T-Bone, James Harden is
done. Like my turkey next week.
Mine. James Harden is irrelevant.
Yeah.
That's mine. And the reason why I bring this up is because we all know Harden got traded, about a week ago, to the Clippers from the 76ers. And Stan, I know you've been looking forward to this topic, man. So the floor is yours. Then I'll present something after you're done.
Man. Well, first of all, I would like to say, if you would like any contextual backup for these next words I'm about to say, you can go check our archives on YouTube. That is the Platform Sports Talk Show. Make sure that you're subscribed to us as well. And when you subscribe, click on that bell. So every time we go live, you'll be notified. Now that I got that out the way. I told y'all so. I told you when he won that MVP over LeBron James, which was a snub. And it wasn't real. It wasn't the genuine article. It wasn't the real McCoy, as people like to say. This was just happenstance. He just happened to be good this one regular season. But then he happened to be good another regular season. And then he happened to be good another regular season. But then when it matters in the playoffs, like I always said, he never shows up. He did it last year when he only scored 9 points in a game 7. That's neither here nor there. But what's happening here is that what usually happens there in the playoffs is now integrating into his normal season play. So we're seeing James Harden for what he is: a fraud, a phony, a big fat phony. He is the greatest magician since Houdini himself. David Bland ain't got nothing on this man. Mind freak, Chris Angel, get out of here. Well, to freak your mind is how this man gets these large sums of money only to play like cheats.
Freak your mind.
But if you think what I'm saying is bad, you ain't heard nothing. Oh, producer.
If I can talk to you, James, I hope you're taking notes. I'm telling you in advance, you're welcome for the wisdom I'm about to spew. Because, listen, I get on my knees every night and pray for someone to believe in me like Daryl Morey believed in you. You wanted a certain coach, they brought in Mike D'Antoni. You want to play a certain style, they played it. You wanted Dwight Howard, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. You wanted Chris Paul, they brought him in and got rid of him when you were tired of him. They brought in your old friend Russell Westbrook. You want to go to Vegas on off days? They looked away. You wanted the team to stay over so you could go out at night. They changed the schedule, and it didn't work. And you know what? You said, I'm going to break up with my whoopee. Not good enough. I see the bright lights in New York. I want to go there. My old pal, Kevin Durant. It's going to work. The big three. And all after 1 year, you wanted out. You realized, oh my gosh, I took this guy for granted, the guy that believed in me. I went back with Daryl Morey. They traded Ben Simmons for you. How did they pull that off? And you know what? You went there and you got a partner who got the MVP. He won the MVP. And what did you say afterwards? You said, they didn't hand me the reins. You're the point guard. You were holding the reins. And what did you do when you had the reins? You scored 9 points in Game 7 against Boston. You blew a 3-2 series lead. So they fired their coach. Not good enough. You broke up with your guy, believed in you again. You said, the bright lights of L.A., that's where I want to go. Let's see if that works. Listen, James, have you ever had those friends who had bad roommates? Over and over, they complained about their bad roommates. This guy's terrible. The bad roommate here. They never thought to be self-aware enough that they're the bad roommate. They're the problem. Hey, James, you're the problem. If this doesn't work this year in this system with this team, then you're going to go and point fingers at everybody else, and you're going to go back home and you're going to start swiping right for another team, and there's not going to be anybody left. Because, James, you're not the beard, you're not the system, you're the problem.
Well,
and that was Dallas Mavericks announcer Brian Damaris.
Beautiful.
I got to give him the snap. I got to give you a snap, Stan. You know, it was pure poetry of the savagery that you ensued lyrically, lyrical therapy, if you will, of James Harden.
You're the
Wednesday, November 22nd.
Oh, okay. All right. He just made the list. Hey, look, I remember saying on the show a few years ago, we were talking about different players, and I think I talked about Harden and Westbrook. I kind of looped Kawhi Leonard in there, even though he's a little bit different story. But like, there's so many players now where it's like, you know, I'm just gonna drift. I'm gonna. This doesn't feel right. I can't get my. I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna do my thing. And I've always said that this dude in particular was like, is he good? or does he know how to make shots? Because I remember those years where it seemed like him and Russell Westbrook, they were going out. All you heard about was the stuff that they were doing, but the teams were like, they were okay. And then they got to the playoffs and then they faced real teams, and it's like, nah, y'all not okay. Because these dudes are out here. These dudes are like the best workers I've ever seen. You know what I mean when I say workers? Huh?
I do.
Yeah, they're workers. They will work you into thinking that they are going to be great for your team, but really they're working. They're getting their stats. They're getting their check. They got on your team. You signed them up for a big deal. They're gonna do this. Hey, I'm just gonna come out here and I'm just, I feel like playing today. I'm a play. I'm gonna shoot. Hey, I'm gonna score 70 points in a game. All right, okay. Defense, no, I don't really feel like doing that. Oh, we in the playoffs? I mean, I guess. I was looking forward to my vacation, but okay. All right, I guess I'll go out here because I'm committed. But like these dudes ain't these dudes are not the players of championships and trying to win. These are dudes who are out here like, get my stat. Get my spot. Not liver spot, dog spot, but my spot. You know what I mean? That's what they care about.
So T-Bone, are you saying you're saying it's a work and not a shoot?
They shoot the ball all the time when they want to.
Man, listen, I look at people like James Harden, man. I think people like him, you get one good year, maybe 2 good years, and then you start feeling yourself. You start drinking the Kool-Aid. You thinking you better than what you really are, and then things humble you, and then you don't know how to handle it. Now everybody else is the problem. This is the problem. That's the problem. And like the man said, I'm not gonna mess with what he said. Hey, James Harden's the problem. He really wasn't that guy. Simple as that, man.
Didn't he call himself artist?
Say it again, T-Bone.
I said, didn't he call himself an artist? Like, he thinks he's an artist. He's not a championship player. He's creating shots and doing these things. He ain't making the team better. He's thinking he's an artist.
He calls himself the system.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. If Kobe was alive, there was a meme of him. They was I think when his old teammates, they were celebrating a win after they lost like 8 straight. And they went to Kobe for his reaction. He just kind of looked like, I think Kobe has the same look right now when it comes to James Harden, calling himself the system.
So my last question before we end this show, which has been incredible this evening. T-Bone, you said there are guys who are workers, like a James Harden. Who are the players coming to mind that could be in the same boat as James Harden?
Well, I just said like if you go back in them years where Russell Westbrook was scoring like all those high volume amounts of points, it's like that's cool, but what are you doing for your team? Like, is that making your team better?
Yeah.
When you get to the playoffs, is everybody just going to say, well, that's the guy that likes to shoot, guard him? We ain't got to worry about these other guys. Like, that's not team ball. Listen, I don't even play basketball, and I know that, right? If you can't go out here and just worry about your own individual stats on the team sport, save that for wrestling.
Michael Jordan, there's debate. I'm not going to go into debate. But Michael Jordan understood that it couldn't be all about him. So he brought in players on his team that could bring the team up. I remember the shot, I forget which finals it was, where Jordan had the ball. Everybody was cued in on Jordan. He passed it off to Steve Kerr, and he hit the game-winning shot. But a lot of people don't have that concept. It's all about me. And they're thinking they the guy until it's time to be the guy.
And I'm not even against free agency or in that type of stuff and requesting trades if you're in a bad situation. But in the NBA, you've gotten to a point where, and I think that I've said this word a bunch of times over the years, is people care about their brand. They're not caring about the team because there is no team for them because they can just go to another team. They can just move on and on and on. Like he said in that shoot promo that he cut there, like, you know, he went here and I want you. I don't want you. You believe in me. Let me go over here. Nah, I'm gonna do this. What? No, you know what? He believes in me. I'm gonna run over to him. Like when players just feel like I can just go and go, you know. I don't necessarily know if that makes sense.
Stan, I'll give you the last word before we end this show.
A player that would be considered a worker. I believe that was the initial question. Not a worker, but I'd say he has finessed his system, and that's Kawhi Leonard. He won that one title and has somehow managed to keep his name in the conversation.
2.
No, I wonder if Stanton will mention Kevin Durant.
Spurs is like Spurs. It's like he didn't really do that. He helped, but he didn't do that. In Toronto, he did that. Toronto wasn't getting that without him. So yeah, I give him the one that he did, and the second one where he just had a nice contribution. Yeah. So yeah, I would say Kawhi. Kawhi is, you know.
I did say his name earlier though.
He's just benefiting. I feel like if these LA years don't turn up something, we'll get over him very fast. How many years has it been now? 4? At least? Maybe 3?
He went there right?
He went when?
Didn't he leave? Didn't right after the year that he won the championship? That was the same year.
Yeah, he left right after. It's been, so that means it's been 3.
Wasn't he hurt
20,
like one of those?
Well,
years?
4, I guess. So that was back.
Yeah,
all right, we got him.
But it's been like a combined one season for real, because you know the lack of
honestly,
time.
when you look at the games he's played, maybe 1.5.
Right.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, that's our show for the evening, fellas. It's been a pleasure to have y'all on. This taking it back, Joe. It was great to have you on. Hope that B is doing better. For everyone else, hope y'all have a great rest of y'all week. And like I said before, this upcoming Friday, 3 more days. It's a national holiday. We're going to kick it. Fellas, I hope to see y'all very soon, maybe on Friday, so we can enjoy a nice little smooth celebration. But to everyone else, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show. And I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all week. And, you know, we out this thing. Peace.